Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another first impressions and review video on some of the new launches in India. Here are some new launches in my hand right now and this is going to be exciting. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. Okay, the first product is this Nykaa I Go Bare 9-in-1 eyeshadow palette. Absolutely love the metallic golden packaging. This comes in only two variants and I got this in a nudish variant. Yeah, it is called Nudes and this is how the palette looks like. Very reminiscent of the Huda Beauty 9 eyeshadow palettes, and this one looks really beautiful as well. A lot of neutral nude tones. This is what I have on my eyelids right now and I've created this nice warm glam, simple but glam sort of a eye makeup look. Mattes are beautiful, they are well pigmented, buildable, buttery smooth and not a lot of kickback in the pan as well as on the eyes as well. We have got two shimmers and two foils. I use this pinky cranberry shade and it's such a beautiful smooth satiny shimmer eyeshadow. I've been really loving satin shadows recently and this one is such a beautiful one, and on top of it I use this sort of like a coppery rosy foil shadow just to amp up the eye makeup a bit, and it delivered so beautifully. Again, I did not see much of a fallout. It was pretty good, very minimal fallout, and it packs a punch on my eyes. Now the foil shadow is not super metallic-y and foiled and chunky like the Huda Beauty one, but it's more of a mellowed down foil shadow which doesn't flake too much or look too foiled on the eyes, just the right amount of foilness that I personally like. Overall, really nice nude eyeshadow palette, a basic one. Perhaps I kind of miss a dark, deep chocolatey brown in this palette and a nice shimmery champagne color. That would have been just a perfect palette to have, because I was missing an inner corner highlight from this palette, so I had to pull out my highlighter, a face highlighter, and just highlight my inner corners. And also I would have loved a dark deep chocolatey brown just to smoke out and create a nice liner on my upper lash line. But other than that, it's a nice basic nudes palette. But talking about the price, this is slightly of an expensive product coming from Nykaa, but the quality is there. I would 100% agree with that. The quality is beautiful. I have always loved Nykaa eyeshadow palettes in the past, but it is slightly expensive for Nykaa Cosmetics, so I would suggest you to buy this whenever there is a sale going on. This is pretty new, so it's gonna take some time to get this on a good discount. Next, in one of my recent reels, you guys absolutely loved my base and wanted to know what I'm wearing, so I am in love with that base as well. So it is the Kia Cosmetics Blurr Boon-e-Yaad liquid foundation, and this is in the shade tan. I did a whole dedicated video on Kia Cosmetics recently and I wore and demoed this foundation in that video as well, and trust me, even I was in love with the base that particular day and I wore it again for the reel that you guys saw, and my base looked absolutely beautiful. And if your base looks nice and smooth and flawless, everything else just pulls together, right? I mean, I absolutely love this foundation. The moment I put it on, I knew I'm gonna love it. It's such a nice silky luxurious formula. Really doesn't feel like an indie brand at all. Definitely felt like I'm wearing some sort of a high-end luxurious foundation. It's that good and incredible. Very underrated right now. This needs all the love and hype on the internet, so if you're watching this, go get it. I would say that the shade range is pretty limited. Only 5 shades are available, but still, even if you're a brown skin girly, you might be able to find a match, because this is the second deepest shade and there is another deeper chocolatier shade, so that would suit even deeper, richer skin tones. Now talking about the formula, it's such a beautiful satin foundation and the shade match is absolutely spot on for my complexion, so that's why I really didn't have to go in with a color corrector or a concealer to just make my skin look flawless. This one foundation itself does so much of work for my skin, especially right now. My skin is breaking out like crazy and I do have pigmentation, you all know, and this covered them up so beautifully, and my skin and makeup looks absolutely flawless. The finish is also so beautiful. It is satiny but also blurry on the skin and is very very long wearing as well. I have worn this outside in the sun, taken a walk, everything, and this foundation doesn't move or get super oily that quick. This is an incredible thing. Also, because this is a satin finish foundation, I'm pretty sure this is gonna work well for all skin types. Highly recommend this if you're around my skin tone and looking for a nice flawless finish foundation. Next, we have a super hot launch in India. This is the Maybelline Sunkisser matte blush. When they launched the initial Sunkisser blush plus highlighter thing, during that time as well, there were very limited shades and the shades looked absolutely ridiculous if you had tan to deep skin tones, because every single shade that they launched were like highlighter shades for us, the really rich deep skin brown girlies. I feel to cover that up, they came up with this launch, which is an entirely different launch elsewhere in the West. The OG launch, the Sunkisser Blush Plus Highlighter, also has deeper shade range, but that was not launched in India. So now this time they brought this matte blusher again with very limited shades, about 4 shades I would say, and they are really rich, nice, bright, bold shades, I agree. But it is not the blush plus highlighter formula. This is a different formula. This is matte. It doesn't have any shimmer particles whatsoever. And I kind of prefer this formula anyways. But if you're expecting the shimmery finish with a deeper tone, a deeper color, this is not the one. Anyway, coming back to this blush. This is a liquid blush. You guys know it. It's a nice packaging. I love it. Comes with a great big fat doe foot applicator, and I got this in the shade Hot Pink Summer, which looked like the most vibrant shade out of the bunch, and it is such a beautiful color for my skin tone. It just lifts my mood up and my skin tone up. My skin looks so fresh and awake when I put this on because of the shade. I typically don't wear really purpley bubblegummy pink blushes on my skin tone. I always lean towards warmer tones of blushes, and this is exactly that, and I love it on my skin. Doesn't have any shimmer particles, completely matte and pretty long wearing. I've had this makeup for quite some time now and my blush is still there. It's not vanished. I love it about that. But I would also say that when it comes to an application of a liquid blush, don't directly just dot it on your skin from the wand. With that, I noticed that it kind of lifts away the foundation that is there underneath. So a better way to apply this kind of a liquid or cream blusher is that take it on the back of your hand, really saturate the product on the brush and then put it on your cheeks. So that way the application becomes even, the foundation doesn't get lifted, and the blush application is really smooth and flawless. And that's what I did on this side of my face, and I love it. Really beautiful shades. There are nice shades for brown skin tones and I like it, but this is not the OG Sunkisser Blush Plus highlighter. Okay, there is another hot new launch from K-Beauty. I'm not sure if you guys saw this somewhere or not, but K-Beauty came up with their new setting spray, and this is called their Hydra Prep Setting Spray. It is infused with hyaluronic acid and alcohol free. This is a typical K-Beauty nude beige pinkish sort of a packaging. There is 50 ml of product in here, which is not bad. Comes with the spray nozzle, and the nozzle sprays the product so beautifully. Look at this. It's so even. The mist is so even that it doesn't leave any water droplets on your face, which I absolutely loved about this product. And let me tell you, this is a killer setting spray coming from an Indian makeup brand. Trina really nailed it with the setting spray. I've worn this a couple of times already, and this helped my makeup to stay intact and input in this hot humid weather. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be becoming my new favorite setting spray. I sprayed it right after my liquids and base products were done, and then also after my powder application. So that way the setting spray gets sandwiched in 2 layers and really helps my makeup to last so long. I went out and about in the sun, nothing has happened to my skin. It is all intact, everything is still there. Yesterday also I wore this and the weather was super hot and humid. I took long walks and nothing budged. My entire makeup was super intact, all the while being hydrating and adding that beautiful subtle healthy glow to your skin. This is not a dewy setting spray at all. It is definitely a matte setting spray, very similar to the Maybelline Fit Me setting spray. If you guys have used that, you might be knowing that it is a matte feeling setting spray, but gives a nice glowy finish to your skin. So very similar to that. Really feel that tightness once the setting spray has completely dried down. After a while, the tightness definitely fades away. That's what really makes sure that the makeup is really glued onto your skin. They claim this to be smudge proof. It is to a great extent. There is very minimal transfer with this setting spray. There's nothing that I hate about this setting spray. It's beautiful, and I don't really see any fragrance as well. Your typical setting spray chemically fragrance, nothing strong or anything. Okay, next we have the new MAC Cosmetics Studio Fix Powder Foundation. They completely revamped their packaging, the formula, everything, and they even launched more shades, which is incredible because already the Studio Fix Powder Foundation range from MAC had incredible color section and shade selection for everyone. So expanding the shade range means every single person is going to find a great match for them. But only that, it is going to become super difficult for us to choose a perfect match. Now I got this in the shade NC46. I already own an NC46 MAC Studio Fix powder foundation, the Studio Fix one, and that one runs slightly deeper and more warmer. This one is, I feel, like a better match for my skin tone. It's more golden, fits my skin tone so beautifully. Formula wise, I feel this one is even more silky, smooth, non-powdery, so beautiful on the skin with buildable coverage. This gives about medium coverage in one go, and you can build up the coverage even more to get that really nice full coverage, especially on top of your foundation. You can absolutely use this as a setting powder on top of your foundation in certain areas, not everywhere on the face, but I use it on the majority of my face where it needs more coverage, more evened out, smoothened, flawless finish. And this powder foundation gives such a beautiful soft matte finish on the skin with a nice blurry effect. My skin texture looks really diminished and looks flawless. This is definitely a better version of the OG Studio Fix powder. Also comes with a sponge applicator underneath, in the underneath compartment. This is a black applicator. The older one used to have a white one. And another cool thing about this new Studio Fix Powder Compact is that you can really pop the compact out like so and refill it. So that's an incredible concept that the new MAC Studio Fix, kind of like the newer packaging more, looks more better and chicer. I also have another powder foundation in today's video to share with you all, and this is coming from an indie beauty brand, especially from South India, and this is specifically catered for brown skinned women, starting from medium to really rich chocolatey skin tone. So this is the RINIROY Beauty powder foundation again. That's how the packaging looks like, a beautiful pastel pinky mauve, and very similar packaging to that of the MAC Studio Fix powder foundation that I showed you, wherein you've got a nice mirror, the powder is right here, and underneath you've got another compartment for a sponge applicator. You can absolutely use this to apply this powder foundation. Now this formula is very unique, very comparable to the Studio Fix one. It's just that it is slightly budget friendly version of the MAC Studio Fix Compact, and I'll tell you why. It gives a very similar satiny matte finish on the skin when applied dry. You can apply this powder on its own for that everyday natural base, wherein it gives a nice light to medium coverage, or you can use it wet for that really full coverage look, or you can also use it to set your foundation, add more coverage on top of your foundation, just like the MAC Studio Fix. I'm wearing both of them on either sides of my face, and I'm pretty sure you can barely make out the difference. So this is the Studio Fix side and this is the RINIROY Beauty side. As you can see, both give such similar results. It also blurs out my skin, diminishes any texture. By the way, my match is Kindness 150 in this one. I also use a deeper shade to contour my face these days, and this is the shade called Gentleness 180. Let me actually show you guys. And that's how the shade looks like. This is one of the deepest shades that they have, and it works so beautifully as a bronzer slash contour for my skin tone. Now, this one has more kickback, but honestly, I don't really mind it because the quality is beautiful. If you're a brown skin girl, you should definitely try this out and let me know how you like it. It's such a beautiful powder compact. It also lasts really well on my really oily skin type. Next, we have another really hot launch in India, which is the Hoda Beauty Lip Contour Stain. Now this comes in a bunch of different colors, just like their OG lip pencils, very similar shades I believe, and I got this in the shade warm brown. And these kind of marker lip stains are in trend right now, so every single brand is making one. So this is called their lip contour stain, and it's got a very unique flat as well as a sharp lip applicator. So this is what I have as a lip liner on my lips right now, and it's a stain, so you have to be really careful with your application. If you mess up, it's very tough for you to remove, especially once your entire makeup is done. It's gonna be a voiceover from here on because I lost the clips, but this is an incredible lip liner stain coming from Hoda Beauty. The shade warm brown is such a perfect contour lip color for my skin tone. Looks fabulous and it stays put no matter what. And it's a very non-drying, smooth, comfortable formula as well. I absolutely have been loving it. So that's it for today's video. I really hope that you guys got an insight on all these new launches, and I shall see you guys soon in my next one. Bye.